Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you how to make this very simple right angle weave bracelet. So this is the right angle weave. Now I'm using, on this one here, I use the beads that we got in the Curiosities box, Desert Caravan, collection number 14. We got a multi-strand, I guess it was like 5 strands of different beads on it, and you can see I've used 2 of the strands, and I still have 3 more, so I'm coming up with a design for the next 3. So of course that's there, you can see the ones I used. So I'm going to show you how to use it, how to do this. It's super simple. And, right angle weave, when you do like the larger beads and then you attach things to the front, you can do like all kinds of designs, different variations of where you weave. But it's great because it's a very simple weave, and most people, that's what they learn when they start beading. I know that's what I learned. And actually, some of the designs I did when I started out, it was complicated when you're starting out. So don't stress if you don't get it right away. Once you do, you'll be excited. You could create endless amount of bracelets. So we'll put this one down here. And what I did was I pulled out this set of beads that we got in another Curiosity box. This was Sunrise Sunset. We got this one here. So these are, John Bead has like a line of these. They come on a card. You can see I cut the card off just for storing it, but they come on a card and they're twisted like that. So you could actually just do strung beads and attach a clasp and you're all set. So they're beautifully curated, and it's great because you have 3 different size pearls, so you can do all kinds of stuff. So it's so exciting. So we're going to use I think it's these ones here. Let me get I'll double check the size of them. Yeah, these are 4s, the tiny ones. And I do believe I use the 6s. Yeah, 4 and 6. So we'll use those. We'll put this aside. In case you're wondering, the Desert Caravan, your boxes have been shipped out. There's none left of these. There's actually one left of the next box, which is called Creep It Real. And there's one box. It's, I guess, a Halloween themed box. So pretty exciting. If you're interested, there's one left. You can always check back. Sometimes they put some more together to put out there when they're popular. So, check that out. I'll put the links in the description where you can order these. You can also sign up for a subscription, just in case, so you don't miss a box. And with the fall here and things coming up, it's really, you might want to think about subscribing. So I just pulled apart all the 4mm and 6mm. Now, we're not going to make the whole bracelet. I thought what we do, so this one here, I attached one of these fold over clasps. This part here attaches directly to that little crystal part, and then this pops open and hooks into the thing. And this one, these type of clasps attach directly to the pearl. And I do have some videos showing you how to attach these. But for what we're going to do today, because I'm just going to quickly show you maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 6 of them so you get an idea. And maybe we'll do 8. we're going to attach one of these clasps. So these are really cool. You can see where they attach there. And they have this has like a silicone washer inside. And you just pull it all the way to the bottom like that. So you can open it up and put this on your wrist. So we'll do that. And I thought we'd make it a frosted winter scene. Too early? And you're going to need some bead, a 4mm bead for the embellishment. I'm using these lovely pearls, but you can do one bead on the top. You don't have to do two. So you're going to need some thread. I'm using the John Bead good thread. I'm going to take a wingspan. That should probably do it for this. They call these little bracelets a wristlet. So it's just enough to cover this part of your wrist. And I'm going to use the lovely needles we got in another box, these gold eye needles. This is size 10. So this is the other great thing about doing right angle weave. For the most part, probably all you need is a size 10 needle. So it's easier, definitely the gold eyes, it's easier to thread and easier to handle if you're having problems with your fingers. I know I am. It's part of getting old. And as my wife says, what do you mean getting old? We are old. That's what she says. I'm like, no. So let's go to the bottom. Let's put no. So you can put a stop bead. So if you're doing a stop bead, leave a tail so you can weave that back in. But we're going to tie this off. That's how I roll. And let me double check what I did here. Okay. We need some seed beads. That's a good thing I checked. So I'm using these lovely silver 11-0 seed beads that I got from John Bead. So huge thank you to John Bead and to the designers. We love this stuff. So you're going to start with, I'm going to do, let me think about that. Okay. It's not that complicated. I'm going to pick up an 11-0, a 6mm bead. It looks big. An 11-0, then a 4mm, an 11-0, a 6mm bead, an 11-0, a 4mm pearl. Okay, so this is what you should have on your needle each time. Well, sorry, this is for the beginning, because with right angle weave, we don't have to we do 4 sides normally, and then when you add, you already have a side. So sorry, I don't mean to confuse you if you're new to this. So this is what you're going to put on the first time. We're going to go around and we're going to take it down to the bottom. Down to the bottom. And get my tail, and I'm going to tie a knot like that. So to create loop, I might just increase this a bit. And we'll move this up here so you can see what I'm doing. Do another knot. Nice and tight. And a third. I do 3. I'm a little obsessive. So now I'm just going to cut that tail. We don't need a big tail here. There, like that. Now we're going to pass through everything just one more time to secure the beginning here. Like I said, my eyes are just there. And if you pull it in a bit, the tail will go in. So I'm just going to go through everything. That. So you're passing through everything, including the seed beads. So now we're just going to pass through the 6mm. Okay. So there's the beginning of your right angle weave. So now we're going to pick up an 11/0, a 4mm, an 11/0, a 6mm pearl, an 11/0, a 4mm pearl, and we need one more seed bead here. So this is what we have. 4, and we're going to do this every time after this. So normally we would put the, we need to complete the right angle weave, you already have a 6mm there. So we're coming out of this side, we're going to go to the other side. That. And pull it through. There is your second set. So now we need to set ourselves up so that we're coming out of the large bead. So we're going to go through the 11/0, the 4mm, the 11/0. It's really nice using the larger needle. And then just through the 6mm. That. So we'll do that again. Let's see what we have here. 11/0, 4mm pearl, 11/0, 6mm pearl, 11/0, 4mm pearl, and 11/0. Oops, just one like that. We're coming out of this side. We're going to go through the other side. Create that loop. And I just turn it, makes it easier to manage. And go through the one side because we want to get our needle ready in the large bead. And go through the 6mm. Just the 6mm, not through the 11/0, because now we're going to combine this with what we're going to add. So 11/0, 4mm, 11/0, 6mm, 11/0, 4mm, 11/0, like that. Coming out of that side, we're going to go into this side. And this is the steps you're going to take for the rest, the length that you want. So if you're going to do a full one like I did, or maybe a wristlet, it's like that. You always have to get your needle back into the large bead, and you're always going to be going in, I guess, counterclockwise. So 11/0, 4 millimeter, 11/0, 6 millimeter, 11/0, 4 millimeter, 11/0, like that. This color is really pretty. It reminds me of like snowy, crystally kind of stuff, which is, I shouldn't be saying. And go through the 6 millimeter. You can do this with different size beads too, so don't limit it to doing, the 6 and the 4. You can do all 6s for that loop, or all 4s, or you can go up to like a size 10, or you could use crystals like these guys here, these crystals. So yeah, there's incredible. I'll do some more of these. There's one that I really love that you take and put seed beads across this section here, and then you go through them and you attach them and put a crystal in the middle. It's so beautiful. There's a video out there that I did of that. So I'll just keep going now till we get the length of the wrist and create that smaller bracelet. Through that. Now, I will say that with right angle weave, and this is what I find, is that I find it's a bit loose, and being a bead weaver, I find that, like you see here, how it got loose there. That annoys me. So I'm always like pulling. If you're using crystals, be careful when you pull a lot like that, because the crystals are sharp on the inside. They will cut your thread no matter what wonderful thread you're using. It's going to cut it. But the other part to that is, I didn't realize, I had a feeling the camera was going out of focus, but I could see like you know what it was, since I enlarged it. Sorry about that. Trying to think of the point I was trying to make. Oh, okay. So here's the hint for right angle weave. Don't stress so much about how tight it is. I found if that's something that bothers you, go through this part once again. And you don't have to necessarily go in loops. You can actually go up the middle and maybe add a bead in between, and then do the same on the other side. That will tighten it. So, and most designs, say with the embellishment, you're going to be passing through those beads again. Over time, passing through them, it's going to tighten it. So you don't have to, don't stress like I do. It's too loose. So I think we should go a little more than that. But this would work. So here's the thing with these that you have to remember is you have to be able to get it over your knuckles. So actually, rather than measure it here, measure it in the widest part of your hand. So maybe here. And then you'll know that it's actually going to work. So that should work because it's quite a bit underneath. So But I want to just, for aesthetic's sake, I want to add some, maybe one or two more. If you guys are up for it, you're going to hang with me. There is a new thing on YouTube that can do audio translation. So if you're in another country, check the setting. All my new videos should have it, and I'm pretty sure most countries have it. They're using AI to do it, but I get a kick out of checking. I have a VPN, so I can change where my internet is going through. So I'll change it to that country, and then I'll change the settings in my thing to get the audio translation. It's funny hearing yourself talk in these different languages. But it's great for, I have a lot of subscribers from other countries, and because I don't do, I don't count things or put numbers down for people, it's really hard for them. So they really, I'm sure they appreciate now. So let's do it to there, I think. I mean, this part can go fast. It's the part on top that for a video, I want to make it manageable size. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through, I think I'm going to go through the last one more time just to anchor this thread so this part doesn't get loose. So let's do that. Let's go through the 11/0, through the 4mm, through the next 11/0. Then through the 6mm, and then through the 11/0, 4mm, 11/0. There. Yeah, that's nice and tight. It's not going anywhere, the thread. Okay, so now let's go through the 6mm and the 11/0, because now we're going to add the top part. Okay, and we need our pearls for that. So let me see how many beads I put. 2. So we're going to pick up 2 11/0s, a 4mm pearl, an 11/0, a 4mm pearl, it's a bit tight. You know what? I'm going to try a different one. And 2 11/0s. So this is what you want to add now. So we are coming out of this 11/0 here. We're going to go into this 11/0 and we're going to pass through everything again. That. Okay. So that's going to sit on top. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go from this 11/0. We're going to pass through the 4mm like that. Because we want this to be connected to both sides of that pearl and that pearl, the 4mm. So now we're going to add 2 11/0s, and we're going to go through the pearl, the 11/0, the pearl. So just I'll show you a trick too. Let's just go through here. There. Like that. So you see how it kind of frames the seed beads frame that 4mm. So we got to put our 2 11/0s on the other side as well. And now we're going to go through the 11/0 here. And then just pull it tight like that. So that's really pretty. Okay. So now I am going to add, we're coming out of this 11/0 here. We're going to go to the other side. So when I was putting these on, I would recommend you add a seed bead in here and go past and then come back around. It depends when you want to do that. You can do it at the beginning. You can take your thread and go all the way down and add a seed bead on each of them all at once and then come up the other side. What that will do, and let's look at this one. You can see here, there's 3 beads. So you're putting that one in between. Is it gives it more structure. It's not as kind of loosey-goosey. So that is an option too. You don't have to. That's what I mean with this design is you could do all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to go through. Yeah, I should have added it. Let me add it right now. Add there. We're going to go through the next 11/0, 4mm 11/0. Actually, let's go ahead and add them all. Because what you could do is come back around, add this one here, come back around and do that. But that seems like a lot of going back and forth for nothing. There, so add the next one. And you can add something else there. You know, you could add a little, a drop bead, some demi rounds. There. Oh, we need to go through the 11/0 here. So I'm passing through the first 11/0, picking up an 11/0, going through the next 11/0, through the 4mm, through the next 11/0. Now, doing it this way all at once, it's going to shrink your bracelet. So let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. I'll put my needle through and you'll see when I go to pull it tight. Okay, so it's a bit loose. And I pull and this goes up and they all kind of shrunk into each other. So you see how that's stretched out? So be careful with that. If that's the effect you want, go for it. But remember what your true length of your bracelet is, because remember how I just measured it on my wrist? Well, over a bracelet this long, you may end up losing like a whole right angle weave of distance. And then you're like, why is this so tight? So, just saying. I've done it all. With all the tears. Why? I followed the instructions. Okay, let me show you again. That one really did it that time. Okay, so take a look. Yeah, let's do it this way. See how they pulled it in? So careful. Okay, so now we're going to turn to the other side and add the seed beads on the other side. Oops. I should have done one in black and orange. That, you know what? I did a really nice, when I first started beading and doing YouTube videos, I did a really nice orange and black bracelet that was exactly right angle weave. And I used some really interesting beads. I'll have to see if I can find that video. I have over 900 videos now, so I had a year ago when I started doing videos with John Bead, I had over 1,200 videos. And I went through the beginning videos. Some of them were really bad. I was like, I couldn't watch it. I know that you guys wouldn't want to watch it. But, I mean, they have their purpose for learning how to do things and where you hold your hands and stuff. Like there was sometimes what I was doing was off to the corner here or something like that. So, but a lot of people do that. That's a normal. Your brain learns quickly positions and stuff. So, and I found that if I moved my bead mat or I moved the camera or I did a enlargement, I could have been in the middle right here, and when I enlarged it, all of a sudden I'm down here. So, yeah. So we're almost done here. The last bead. This one's turning out pretty. Okay, let's get this one here. Okay. That. So I am going to pass through. I'm on the back side just to make it easier. I'm going to position myself in the next set of right angle weave. Now I am finding with the size 10 needle that it's still going through pretty good, but it gets it a little snug. So I'll go through. Okay. So here's the next trick. So this one here, we did 2 pearls with a seed bead in the middle. Actually, yeah. So let's position ourselves. Let's go across. Just makes it easier. Like this. And to visualize. So we're going to go through that 11-0 and just the 11-0. Like that. So if you were doing this like I did all the way through, then you would just, and the reason I did this way is I wanted to see the 6mm pearls because they're so pretty. I didn't want to cover them up. So that's why I did it just the 2. But a lot of people do. We're going to start the same way. We're going to pick up 2 11-0s. So we're coming out of this 11-0 that's closest to the 4mm on the outside of it. We're going to pick up 2 11-0s, a pearl, an 11-0, a pearl, and 2 11-0s. We're going to go across to this 11/0. So let's just turn it to make it easier. Go through that 11/0. And we'll get those up there. Like that. Go through the 6mm. That. Go through the 11/0. And just, or sorry, the 11/0 and the 4mm. Like that. Okay. We're going to take 2 11/0s, a pearl. This one's different. We're going to add 4. It looks really amazing. One of my favorites. They're all my favorites. So we have 2 11/0s and a 4mm pearl. We're going to go through this 11/0 here. So we're going to put the pearls next to each other. Like that. Like that. And it creates like a little flower look. That's what I love about it. And you can do these with bicones, crystals. Oh, it looks so beautiful. So we have 3 there. We need our 4th pearl and 2 11/0s. And we're going to go through this. We're going to go through the 11/0, the 4mm, and the 11/0. That. And you see what happens. Look at that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Yeah, you know what? I like that better. And you know what we could do is we could put one of the leaves that we got in our box. It would look like a pretty flower. So go through the 6mm. We're going to go around and we're going to go to the next unit. But let me grab the crystals. These crystals, the leaves that we got in our box. Let's see if we can incorporate that. I have too much stuff on my desk. Okay, where could we put it? Oh, you know, it might be a bit difficult. You know what? I'm going to try it. Why not, right? I'm going to go through the 11/0 in the middle here. My thread is coming out of the 6mm. Let's see if we can get in here. There. Go through that middle 11/0. There, like that. We're going to pick up our lovely leaf bead. To hold it in place, we need to add an 11/0 seed bead, like that. Like that. Oh, this is lovely. This is how I love doing designs. Like, it's just goofing around. Okay, so we're going to come back through the leaf, and now we're going to go through the 4mm, sorry, the 11/0 and the 4mm. We're going to go to the next unit. So let's go through everything. It's you might want to use a smaller needle. There, like that. Look it. Oh, this is lovely. Okay. So we're gonna go through this middle 11/0, through the next 11/0, And we're going to do the same thing to the next unit. And I think what we'll do is we'll put a leaf on the other side and kind of alternate it. This is almost like having a live with Emma. I don't do lives. You know why? I have, there's metal on the walls. The lady that lived here before was paranoid and thought the aliens were coming through the walls, like the gamma rays. So she had the walls all covered with metal. And we never, some of the rooms we've taken it off, but it was a lot of work. So I can't do, I actually have to get a special booster for my internet just to get a signal, let alone like doing lives. I tried it a couple of times and it kept losing the connection. So people would ask a question and then it would freeze. So it's not fun. But this feels like a live because I was not planning on doing this at all. Okay, so while I was jibber jabbering, I added 211/0s, a 4mm pearl, 111/0, 4mm pearl, and 211/0s. We're going to go to the other side. And you know what? We're going to go through the 4mm like that. And pull that in. Oh, there's a little, my line thread's getting twisted here. I'll untwist that in a second. There, pull that in. And just 1 second. Okay, so now we're on the other side of the 4mm. So we want to pick up 211/0s, a pearl, and then we're going to go through this combined 11/0, add another pearl. So pick up 2. And a pearl, go through the combined 11/0, pick up a pearl and 2 11/0s, like that. And let's go, oh, I'm right here. We're going to go through this 11/0. We're going to go to the other side so we can add. We'll do that in the next step. So we can add the leaf. And of course now this is, there we go, it's all hooked. There's our little flower. I'm making up names for everything. Go through the 6mm. Like that. Make sure that those are nicely lined up. And we're going to go through the middle 11/0 so we can make sure that you're coming out of a bead for the leaf so it's nicely secured. And pick up your leaf and an 11/0. I'm going to draw that down like that. Skip the 11/0, go through the leaf, go to the other side of that 11/0. Like that. And I'm going to go to the next 11/0, getting ready to add the other. So if you want, you could add your leaves all the way down. So, and to tighten that, just pull that, and then pull your thread. Okay. I am going to add 2 11/0s, a purl, 1 11/0, a purl, 2 11/0s. We're coming out of that 11/0. We're going to go through on the other side through the 4mm purl. Like that. Get ready for your next set. I hope you can see this. It's kind of like shiny and it's very frosty. So I apologize. I didn't think about that when I picked the colors. So I've got 2 11/0s, a purl. Oh, no. We're going to take our 11/0 here, our combined 11/0. Honestly, I don't think we're done. I think we need to add some bicones. Wait till you see it. It looks amazing. It's probably my most favorite trick that I've learned in beading is using a combined bead to create this lovely little flower thing. Amazing the things that amuse me. Okay, so now I'm going to finish this by adding a purl, 2 11/0s. And we're going to go through this 11/0. Like that. There. That's what we have so far. Let me grab some crystals. Look at my crystals. It's very winter sparkly. Okay. I like these. I'm just amazed. These are Preciosas. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. So we need 4 of these. So we'll do the middle one and then we'll do the rest pearls. Here's the thing with this design. If you want to continue and make it a proper length of a bracelet, you can always add more to it on either end. So there's always that. So pick up 2 11/0s. These are 4mm bicone crystals. 1 11/0, a 4mm bicone crystal, and 2. So that's what you should have. To me, it looks like a bow, and I think it's so beautiful. Okay, so we're going to go to the other side. We're going to go through the 4mm purl. Let's move that out there. Go through the purl. Come out of the purl. Look it. Oh, isn't that beautiful? It's so sparkly. Okay, so now we need 2 11/0s, a bicone, and we use the combine 11/0. That. Bring that in. I'm just going to hold it there. Oh, this is amazing. Pick up your last crystal and 2 11/0s. And we need a leaf on the other side. So let's through the 4mm. And I'm going to go through the first 11/0 in there. You kind of have to find it here. There. Look it. And just bring that together. I'm going to go through the 6 millimeter, that, and I'm going to go through the middle 11/0. I like to anchor, if I'm attaching things to the side, I like to anchor it through a bead. That also like gets this nicely tension. Okay, let's get our leaf and an 11/0, draw those down like that. Skip the 11/0, go through the leaf, and now I'm going to go forward to the next unit. So bring your needle through those 11/0s, coming out just before the 4 millimeter. And just let that, pull that there. And you see how this is all loose? Just pull this, because that's where our thread was. So let's tighten that. There we go. I feel like we need to add the kitchen sink. What do you think? It's looking lovely, but I definitely is a lot. Okay, so now we're back to our pearls. Let me put some more pearls out. Thanks for joining me, by the way. Really appreciate it. This is no fun by yourself. Well, it is, but you know what I mean. It's so much nicer when you have somebody to talk to. And I always get comments from my wife going, when I started doing YouTube videos, she was like, who are you talking to? Who do you think? It's a secret. So I'm going to do the pearls on the other side. So let's do 2 11/0s, a 4 millimeter pearl, 1 11/0, a 4 millimeter pearl. And here's the other thing too. If you have different side, like you could do an 8/0 bead there. So it would kind of fill this area. Or if you had, tiny crystals that would fit, would work as well. 2 11/0s. And I'm going to go through the pearl, the 4 millimeter pearl. There. And come out the other side of that. Those pearls have little tails on them. Let's see if I can get that one off. It's quite large. Wow. That's not the right way to take that off. These are pretty good, these pearls that I have. I'm surprised that it doesn't peel the whole finish off. So pick up 2 11/0s, pearl, and go through the combined. And pick up a pearl and 2 11/0s. And I'm going to go through the next 11/0 next to that 4 millimeter pearl. And just kind of jiggle it and pull. Now I'm going to go through here so I can attach. Let me see where I want to. Yeah, I think we can attach a leaf on the other side. So go through the 6 millimeter. Go through that middle 11/0. There. Oh, let's get the leaves. I can't believe we're doing Desert Caravan and we're doing frosty leaves. You know what? It's time to start. If you're doing a lot of beading for gifts, you've probably started already. I've heard a few subscribers talk about getting certain things to do stuff for their grandchildren. So let's actually, I'm going to go to the other side. So I'm going to go through the 6mm and draw that in. I'm going to go through the middle 11-0 and the next 11-0. Now we can add our next set to, let me move that over. And a pearl 11-0 pearl. Yeah, that one's got some finish there. And 2 11-0s. We're coming out of this 11-0. We're going to go to the other side and through the 4mm pearl. Okay, let me get a proper grip of the needle here. There. And now I am going to pull this because I feel like the leaf is getting a bit loose. There and there. There. 2 11-0s. A pearl. And through the combined 11-0. Okay, let's tighten this. We need our 4th pearl. 2 11-0s. So we're going to go through the 11-0s. Like that. Like I said, just kind of move them between your fingers, pull them tight. So we need a 3rd one. I would probably, to make it very even. So we have 3 sets of 4 pearls, and this one's a bit loose, so you can always go through and tighten that one. But I think I would like to do that single one on the end, so I might add another unit. But let me see how that's. Yeah, I think we should run a thread. I think we should add another unit. So let's keep going. I'll actually pause this and complete it because I'm probably going to need some more thread. And then I'll show you how to attach that type of clasp. So I'll be right back. Okay, I added the extra right angle weave unit and then the pearls, so it's even on both sides, which is always great. And what I did was, normally I would probably attach seed beads across that last bead, the 6mm bead, and put a wire guardian and then attach it. But just to be faster, I thought I'd add these larger jump rings and then attach it. And it actually, because they're nice silvery color, they kind of look like they go. So that's what I'm going with. So now I'm going to attach these together like that. Kind of like a chain link. And then attach this. And we'll close that up. So I was responding to a comment, I think it was Matt Track, had mentioned about being a bead weaver and being inspired by some of the designs that I do that come out of the Curiosities box. And I have to say, like, this design here, it started out as this. And actually, I loved it when I was making it, but I felt it was a bit simple. So it's incredible that we can go from this to this from a Curiosities box called Desert Caravan. How did that happen? So the thing I'm finding with the Curiosities box is that I don't know what's in them. I don't know what I'm going to do when I open the box, but the creativity that I get out of the boxes is priceless. Like, I'm amazed. You know, artists do a lot of things to get that creativity flowing and staying and sustaining and coming up with amazing, beautiful works of art or whatever it is that you do as an artist. So I am super stoked that I'm getting this type of creativity from these boxes. So huge thank you to John Bead for that. So let's take a look at what this looks like on. Get my leaves out and then take this, and you can usually reach it with your fingers or kind of something like this, or get your personal assistant. Personal assistant, where are you? She's gonna hit me. Get this up here so you can see. So you know what? I love the idea of these, but I don't like stuff dangling because, you know, if you're preparing food or stuff like that. But so I have tiny wrists, so maybe it's because my wrists are so small. But look at how amazing this turned out. That is just lovely. There we go. There is this lovely. Oh, we didn't put the. We need the snowflake charm. Okie dokie, where should we put the? I guess we'll have to put it at the end. And let's just open this up. We didn't have enough bling on it. You know, I find it so funny. I am so into bling, yet when I was a teenager, I liked browns and greens, very earthy tone stuff. Oh, that's going the wrong way. So yeah, it's amazing. I was one of those like hippie child kind of back to nature. But now I love me some bling. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what it needed. Look at that. So there you go. So huge thank you to Isa. She's my you know, if you think about getting inspired, some artists have a muse. She's my muse because she's the one putting these boxes together and curating them. So huge thank you to Carmi for this lovely box. And don't forget, the links are in the description. There's one box left of Creep It. Keeping it. No, I wrote it down. I always mess up sayings. Creep It Real is the other box that's available. So there you go. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.